We have some poll questions that we would love to ask you ahead of Dane's presentation, and the poll questions are as follows. You're going to see them coming up on your screen, so I'm going to ask you to just click that button to say yes or no and respond appropriately. The first poll question is, what are some of the things you do online? And this may include banking, shopping, paying bills. If you can. Yeah. Okay, so the first question that we have is, do you use social media platforms to communicate with friends or family? I am seeing the majority of you saying yes, and that's absolutely true for me, because I use social media to connect with my friends, my family, especially now when we are being socially distant, but we need to feel connected. The next question is, if yes, which one of the social media platforms do you use? We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Seeing a lot of people saying that they use WhatsApp. I am also guilty of that, and I am seeing some more responses coming in. Lots of people are saying they use Facebook. I am loving it. A few people are saying that they use Instagram, and that is absolutely true. We do use the little messaging, the messaging app, the messaging section of Instagram to reach out to people, but it's really more WhatsApp and Facebook. Love it. Awesome. And now I'm going to see if Dane is ready. Okay. All right, I'm seeing that Dane is not ready for us, but I want us to have the opportunity to ask any questions of Inspector Powell. Just one question for Inspector Powell as we await Dane to rejoin our meeting, because he seems to be having some technical difficulties, and I'm certain we all understand that because we know how Zoom can be. Any questions coming from the audience?
I do have a question, and I think this question is perhaps best for Mr. Williams if he's still here. I'm not able to see. The question is, seniors are restricted from doing some activities personally. How best to shop either with credit or debit card without compromising your PIN? I would ask if Mr. Williams is here, if he can give that senior. It's Irie.
Yes, thank you very much. We are committed to spend more time than the ordinary with our seniors to educate them about how to utilize these platforms. For some, they can catch very quickly, but there are others who need continuous help. While we are educating and empowering them, one of the things we are keen to say to customers is that do not divulge those personal secured information like password and PIN. So once they are in the branch, we take them to the ATM, we allow them to become familiar with the screens. Once we are doing registration for online, we allow them to do some of the activities while we show them how to, because we are confident that over time they will become better and better at it. We are suggesting that if they're at home and need some help, then of course that help will be from persons who are extremely close, people who are well trusted, right? Because they may need some help from time to time. But we are sure that once we are dealing with our customers, we are spending enough time with them to get them to feel comfortable with the platforms. In fact, I can tell you my personal experience. I have assisted a 91-year-old customer, and he was so excited to know that he could have helped himself with some of the very basic transactions. So the aim is to be very patient with them, because we know that over time they will become better and better at it.
Thank you so much, Dane. I thought that was a good answer and the best is for you to become familiar or have someone that you can really, really trust. I believe, especially as seniors, it's something that's going to be important for us because, of course, we're also concerned about our age and if anything should happen. I'm handing back over to Shanique now.
Very much, Shelley, and I agree with Shelley. Really great response, Robin, and I'm really thankful for the level of interaction that we're having. Remember to turn on your cameras. We want to see you. I want to see you. A lot of amazing people are here, and I don't just want to see your names. I would love to see your faces. All right, so remember to turn on your camera. I'm seeing some more cameras coming on. I'm loving it. Thank you very much. We will move into our next presentation. So earlier, I said that Dane had some technical difficulties with Zoom, so he dropped off, and now he is back. Dane, are you ready for us?
Ready.
Awesome! Dane, I'm handing over to you without any preamble. Speak to us about the things that you have in store.
Okay, so this morning I'm just going to be briefly sharing with you on social media, which would be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the things that we see on a daily basis that we're all on. Facebook is, in my opinion, the first real social media page that I grew up in. What it is, and what social media is, to be precise, is a network of people just sharing information, whether it be pictures, small posts, gentle reminders, even words of wisdom, things to encourage people. But it is all done online, it's done on the internet. To set up a social media page, you're always going to need an email address. The next slide, please. Oh, sorry, I should say, to get on social media, you can generally use a smartphone, a tablet, or a computer. And in this day and age, everything is really being done on our smartphones and our tablets, classroom, online banking, etc. So an email address. Email is one of the few services in the world that is actually 100% free. There are many available, but the top three, as you can see here before us, would have been Outlook, Gmail, and Yahoo Mail. I'm going to use Gmail as an example on how you would create one. So when you would want to create an email address, you would go to google.com, you say create new email address. And signing up is extremely simple. All it asks you is your first name, your last name. It's going to ask you to come up with a password that only you should know. Only you should know, as I said earlier in the Scotiabank presentation, and it's going to ask you for a username. The username is unique. Only you on the entire planet will have that username. So it should be something that is easy for you to remember, but something that can identify you. You'll find that most professional emails will have the person's name in it, for example, Dane.Johnson. Or you will find something like a business name. Other things that they will ask you for when you're signing up is a telephone number. This telephone number is optional, but you should always include it, and here's how it works. It's a part of your security. What can happen? You may forget your password for your email, and it will allow you to verify to the email service provider, in this case Google, that you lost your password and you need help. Because only you have your mobile phone, only you can get a code from them to verify that, yeah man, it definitely is you. So what you will do is say, I forgot my password. They will say to you, all right, I have sent a code to a number that you gave us when you signed up your service, and give me that code to prove that you really are the person that's using this email address. Once you get that code from them, which is automated, you punch it in, you will give you the chance to set up a new password. And you can also use this prompt as an added security feature. What will happen nowadays when people try to scam you, they will, once they get access to your passwords or your email address, they will of course just try to log on to a computer. You will see a message come to your phone. You know that you did not initiate anything to say, I forgot my password, but a message is coming to your phone that tells you that somebody is trying to log into your email address. So What you're going to do is ensure you do nothing with the code. Do nothing at all, because if you didn't initiate it, you didn't start it, it means that you're not supposed to need it. You're not going to do anything with it. So you may see it and think that, somebody is trying to log into my account. But unless they have that, they cannot get in. So you are secure. Other things that you will ask when you're setting up your email address is another email address, which is optional. So if you lose access to this one, they can send information to that one for you. And it will also ask you your date of birth and your gender. And that is it. Your email address is created. Moving on to creating a social media account. Almost every social media service, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they're always going to ask you to create a login for yourself. And that login would have been an email address, which you have just created, and a password. But to sign up, it's a simple process. So down at the bottom there, you see that little green button that says create new account. Much like your email address, it's going to ask you your first name, your last name, your email address or mobile number, and a password. They'll also ask you your gender and your date of birth, and you click sign up. Next slide. It will always ask you for a profile picture. So choose a good one, something simple, something that shows you, because it is your face on the internet. Once you have created your social media presence or your social media account, there are many things you can do. On Facebook, as an example, everything that you post can be viewed either publicly or privately, depending on how you set it up. So only your family and friends can view what is there. So as an example, I have my own Facebook page. In high school, I went on a geography school trip, and I took a lot of pictures in Portland and stuff like that. All of those photos that I took, I uploaded to my Facebook page showing my geography trip. After this, it allowed my relatives and family members, no, go back, my relatives and family members to see what I did on the day. They could have commented, they can like pictures, and they can see what I experienced that day. So my Facebook page allowed me to share with my family and friends around me something that I did on that day. Another social media platform is called Instagram. And I know that most people will say that Instagram is not for seniors, but that is far from the point. Included here are two images. On the left is from a gentleman in Europe, Dinner and Dance. He's a senior and he has a very vibrant Instagram page where he posts photos of himself, things that he's doing. On the right, there is Icon Accidental, another senior who uses Instagram, and believe me, their pages are vibrant and you can use them for inspiration or things that you can do on a daily basis. So social media is by no means for the young only. And of course, there is YouTube. I see somebody say, Patricia Reed, so I am 72 years old and I am killing IG. That is very, very nice. So YouTube is one of the largest, if not the largest, video library in the world. It is easily accessible, free to access, and it allows you to do anything that you would want to do in terms of learning, broadcasting, showing to the world what you have done, and you can also use it as a marketplace for your own products. Moving on. Flow, as a business, we also have our own social media presence. We have a Facebook page, we have an Instagram page, and we have a Twitter page, and you can see the links below to find them. We also assist in ensuring that you guys, as our customers, make the best out of your social media presence. How we have done that? We have created plans that allow you to utilize unlimited YouTube, unlimited social media, and we have basically placed them in 3 simple plans: 5 days, 28 days, or 30 days. Once you activate one of these plans, on all of them, you'll be able to have unlimited access to YouTube, unlimited access to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's really all for you. Activating our plans for some of our customers have always been a little bit of an issue because they would have to remember a series of codes that they need to dial on their phone. So we decided that we're going to make it even simpler. All of our social media applications, all the social media sites have an application, something that's simple to use as before them. And of course, we decided to create one as well. So on the screen, you'll see the icon for MyFlow Self-Care application. So this is our mobile application presence. This app allows you to do everything that you need to do on your mobile phone at the touch of a button, and you can read as well, your bills, so on and so forth. Moving on to the next slide. In the application, there's an option for an account overview. So you can see how much credit is on your mobile phone. You can see if your plan has minutes, when it will expire, if your plan has data allotments, when it will expire. And you also have the ability to top up through this mobile app. Scotiabank and other of the services that are available now have made their cards, and Robin can confirm with me. They have made their cards accessible for online transaction. So even your BNS card now has Visa features or MasterCard features, so it can be used online. So if you are really on the road and you need to buy credit, you really don't need to find somewhere so you can pay via cash to purchase a plan or anything like that. You can, in the same mobile application, enter your number, buy your credit, purchase your plan at the push of a button. On to the next slide. I believe it should only be for questions.
Awesome presentation, Dean. I am loving it. What was really interesting for me was the images you showed of people who were on IG and they were killing it. And then I did see in the chat you also made reference to the person in our audience who is also killing it on IG. I am loving that. Remember, as you're on IG, remember to follow @Flow Jamaica for some exciting updates about what we're doing as a business. All right, that is my plug for the day done. But really fantastic presentation, Dean. So Dean, you shared about some of the seniors who are doing some great things on social media with creating content. Do you follow any of them, and who is your favorite?
So my favorite social media person is actually Buddy Winkle. That's her hashtag.
I love her.
So she decided years ago after her husband passed that she would not let, get down and stuff like that, and she has decided to become a vibrant individual. So she is showing her colors literally on Instagram. She is a very vibrant and person that you can really look at and say, you know what? Even after my family friends have passed on, it is not the end of me. I can still be happy and bring joy to others.
That is true. Isn't she almost 90 and she's doing amazing things? Yeah, she's living her life, and I always like her photos and her videos because she's even a brand ambassador, because people want to be associated with her. So the point we really want to make is that the internet is for everyone, and while we speak about the pitfalls and the areas of vulnerabilities, we've been highlighting the positives, areas that are there for you to enjoy, to grow, whether talking to your friends and family or using social media to do something that you love, because it's never too late. It's never too late to start doing something that you're interested and excited about. Before we move on to the giveaways, I want to find out if there are any questions for any of our three exciting presenters. Now is the time. Shelly, I'm going to ask you to assist me. So if you can raise your hand so we can know who has the questions, and Shelly will read those questions out. Any questions, Shelly? I am seeing a question from Mr. Walter. I see he has raised his hand.
Yeah.
Yes, Walter, please go ahead. Ask your question.
Mr. Flo, I hope I don't meet you personally, because you all almost cost me my life. I have been on the medium, writing you on the addresses you gave me, telling you that there was an issue with my bill, and I threatened to go to Flo, and foolishly at 85 went to Flo and fainted.
Oh, wow.
So first of all, we really want to apologize for that, Mr. Walter.
I don't want apology because it really is annoying, and I had to get a message to the president, Mr. Price, before I got a response. I pay my bill, and you're all telling me I owe money, and because I go up there, I'm in the doghouse now because my children forbid me to go out on the road after this. And still yet I've asked, what is the breakdown of the costs I have? And I still don't getting a response. So you can sell your product, but you need to be responsive to your customers. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your comments, Miss Walters. And I know you say you don't want our apology, but we really are sorry that you had such a negative experience. We are certainly going to take your comments on board, and we certainly, Dane, I know, can back me up. Our seniors are very important to us, and we certainly don't want you to be fainting when you come here.
Okay.
On another note, it really
is. The problem is that I had to stand outside for half an hour. And the other thing, Mr. Dane, please get a first aid kit in that office. There was nothing to revive me. Eventually, they used the sanitizer to put across my face. It's very important that a first aid kit be put in any of your offices now. Thank you.
very good recommendation. Thank you so much for that. Do we have any questions for Inspector Powell? Thank you so much, Mrs. Walters. I appreciate your feedback and comments. Do we have any questions for Inspector Powell? Any other question for Mr. Williams? What about for Dane? I am seeing some comments in the chat. I will respond to them privately. Anything, other questions? Dane, can I just ask you to quickly speak to WhatsApp, because I think that's something that some persons may need to know, just what WhatsApp is and what it's a setup, while Shani prepare for the giveaways.
Okay, so WhatsApp. So WhatsApp is a part of social media, but it is mainly a communication application. So you are able to send messages, secure messages back and forth from one person to another. You're also able to speak to a group of individuals, and recently it has the ability to watch statuses. So you can post short images or videos that people who have your contact saved can view. We also use WhatsApp as a way of communicating with our customers. So our customer care line does in fact have a WhatsApp line. So when you actually try to message us at the moment, the first steps that you will go through are a series of questions to identify your account, the service you're having, so we can start serving you correctly. WhatsApp is also an area where customers do get scammed because businesses do operate through there. So we ask that when you are approached by individuals in WhatsApp, you be certain that you know who you're speaking to. If you have any questions about WhatsApp, I'd be glad to give you the answer. I'm not sure if you have anything immediate or on point.
I will take those questions in the chat, but for now, I think it's best that we hand it over to Shanique so that she can get to the exciting giveaway section.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Shelly. And thanks for those comments and that interesting run through about WhatsApp, Dane. We really appreciate it. So on to the giveaways. We're looking to give away 2 gifts today, a mobile phone and a tablet. And so we have 2 questions. The question is the first question, and when you're answering, put up your hand and Shelly will let me know what hand went up first. So the first question is, what is the name of our 3 presenters? So if you could put up your hand press the little chat button in the option to raise hand, that would be great. So what are the names of our 3 presenters today?
The first hand that I saw raised is Agathe. Did I pronounce your name properly? If I did, Agate, could you just unmute, turn on your camera, and answer the question for me, please? Agate? Agate put up her hand for. Hi, that's so nice to see you.
Hello. We had Inspector Powell, right? We had Robin Williams and Day Johnson.
Awesome!
Can everybody just clap Agate, please? Shanique, you want to tell Agate what she won?
Agate, you have won an amazing smartphone. I'm going to ask that you send your information in the chat to Shelly, and we will work out how to get that smartphone to you. But fantastic, Agate. Really happy that you were able to join us for all 3 presentations, and you were able to win a mobile phone. Can you imagine that?
Okay.
I'm hoping that you'll be
Thank
able to
you.
use it to become a big content creator, and we'll be able to follow you online.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Our
Okay.
second question is, it's coming from Inspector Powell's presentation. So if you can give us 2 tips to be safe online. And Inspector Powell, I'm going to need you to help me to vet these answers to ensure we're getting the right thing. So remember, raise your hand and we will call on you. So 2 tips to stay safe online.
Madge Thompson was the person that raised her hand first. So Madge, if you could just answer us, and let's see if you are the winner of the prize.
Okay, we have from Inspector Powell tips to never respond to avoid scamming, and never believe, and click with caution.
Inspector Powell, do we have a winner?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Love it!
Congrats, Mr.
Congratulations! You have won a tablet. And again, I'm hoping that you'll use it to communicate with friends and family and follow the rules that Inspector Powell shared with us. Awesome.
I'm reminding Madge and Agate, could you please send me a message, a private message with your contact details, so I will know how to contact you to make arrangement for your prizes.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Shelly. And thank you very much for participating in our giveaway section. It's always so important that when we have a session like this about being online, we are enabling you to get online with devices, with credit or whatever, because we really want you to get something out of it, and we really want to ensure that you leave empowered, enabled, and ready to share this message with other people. We are going to now have a video from The Observer that speaks to how we are able to access newspaper sources online. The Observer is one of our partners for Safer Internet Week, and we thought it really important for you to be able to see how you can access the e-paper and how you can access them as a news source. So right now we're going to play that video. Enjoy, and then I will be back.
On the Jamaica Observer homepage, click on the e-paper tab found in the top right-hand corner of the page, and simply scroll to the lower part of the page to be informed of the e-paper cost and features. Features such as customizable viewing preferences, article picture and ad searching, and email articles, pictures and ads. Click on the subscription button and sign in to your existing account, or follow the instructions to create your own account. Stay in the know with the paper on the go. Subscribe to the Jamaica Observer e-paper today.
Awesome, welcome back. And that video was extremely interesting. I'm hoping now that you do feel like you have the information you need to check the Observer online. So before we leave and end this session, I know that we've stuck around for a little bit longer than we anticipated because it's almost 11:30. And for staying with us, we want to give you a little bit of barter. So I have another giveaway that we would love to do. And the question that we are going to be asking, it would follow the same rules of you raising your hands. When you have a question, Shelly would push to you and you give the answer. So the question is, what is the social media handle for Flow Jamaica? We shared that a few times during Dane's presentation, so I'm going to ask Dane to be my co-judge for this as we say who is the winner. And this time we're giving away another tablet. Dane, you ready? Okay, awesome. So raise up hands and Shelly, please do your thing.
I see Jean. Jean was the person who raised the hand first. Jean, could you unmute and turn on your camera and go, please?
Wow, camera. Oh, turn on camera. Oh. Okay.
Awesome, nice, lovely Jean. We are very happy to see you. Very beautiful. We are ready for your answer.
What was the question again?
The question was, what is the social media handle for Flow Jamaica? We mentioned it during Dane's presentation.
Oh. Oh, I forgot.
Oh,
Tan 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 tan.
do you want to give us a little guess, Jean?
We have Jean says she forget, and we have somebody else who raised their hand.
All right.
We had, I think it was Marcia, Dean, that I saw first. Marcia?
No, it was actually Patricia. She had her hand raised.
It was Patricia first. Okay,
Right.
Patricia, could you go ahead and try first, please?
Well, I know that on Instagram you are under there at Flow Jamaica.
What? Dane, do we have a winner or do we have a winner?
We have a winner.
I am loving it.
I tell you, I am killing Instagram. So, you know, at 72 years old.
I love
Awesome.
it. I love
So-
it. I'm going to put some heart emojis for
Stop
you
being
and a little
bossy at
fire
85.
emoji.
I think you guys need to follow me, right?
Good to see you, Pat.
Okay.
So, we are
So our winners is now, so that's Patricia. And Patricia, I already have your contact information. Madge, I saw where you have just put your information in there. Yes, I've gotten your contact information. Thank you all for participating. Shanique, Inspector says she has an important online trend that she would like to tell us about. You will need to decide whether or not that can happen at this time. Handing back over to you. Congratulations to the winner.
awesome. Thank you very much, Shelly. It sounds like we have a lot of winners here, and I am really pleased that we've been able to have this session with you. Inspector, please share your trend in 1 minute.
Right, for 1 minute, what we have recognized at the fraud squad, which is a unit within the counterterrorism and organized crime investigation branch, is that fraudsters have been posting devices for sale online. So they'll post a computer or any other device online for sale, but they'll do it at a reasonably low cost. And Following that, they will, once persons accept to buy these items, they will now proceed to provide an account information with reputable financial institution for payments to be made. Now, as soon as the payments are made to these accounts, the accounts that they would have, the persons that they would have interacted with on social media, they delete themselves. They are no longer able to contact them. However, the persons, the victims, are still not in receipt of these items that they paid for online. So it's important to be clear as it relates to who it is that you're conducting business with online. If it sounds too good to be true, it is not true. So do not share your information. So far, we have arrested few persons. We have arrested and we have effected a number of arrests in this area, as we would have done some reverse investigations where we are able to identify the perpetrators to their banking, to the financial institutions via which the monies would have been lodged. So be careful, be careful, be careful as you shop online.
Thank you very much, Inspector Powell. Very important information, and that is something that I think is useful for everybody, regardless of age. It's been a fantastic session. I'm really happy that we were all able to tune in and spend this time with each other. It's important to remember that online safety is not simply for Safer Internet Week. It's something that we need to practice throughout the year. And that's why, for this instance, we've pulled together key people from different segments. We've pulled together Inspector Powell, we've pulled together Robin from Scotiabank, and we've pulled together Dean. Because while this is supposed to be a refresher and encourage you to stay on top of things and be safe online, the responsibility is yours. And that's why this session is called A Seniors Forum Online Safety and You. Because each of us have to take responsibility about our own behaviors online. I am certain that nobody can provide us with all the information about how we need to behave online. There are trends always coming. Criminals are always using different ways to get at people to access their information. And as fast as the things happen, we can't invite Inspector Powell to tell us about them immediately, because the situation is live. I am hoping that this session has been informative. You feel empowered and ready to better manage the interactions you have online. Not just enjoy the benefits, but avoid the pitfalls. I'm Shanique Parks, and it was an absolute pleasure to be with you for today's session. Have a great afternoon, and thank you. Bye!